What if I told you that a single Kennedy half-dollar from 1972, yes, the one with the D mint mark, could be worth nearly $1 million? In this video, we'll dive into the secrets behind the 1972 D Kennedy half-dollar, why some are selling $4.948000, and how you might have one sitting in your drawer right now. The year was 1972. America was in the midst of change: Vietnam, Watergate, Apollo missions. But in Denver, something seemingly insignificant happened. Millions of Kennedy half-dollars were minted. Most were ordinary, but a few were extraordinary. Over 141 million Kennedy half-dollars were produced at the Denver Mint that year. But there's a rare variety that collectors dream about, a minting anomaly so rare, it's valued at over $948,000 in pristine condition. So what sets the valuable ones apart? It comes down to a very specific and rare mint error, a dramatic die variety that was struck using the wrong reverse die, typically used for Philadelphia coins. The result? A 1972 D with a reverse design that simply shouldn't exist. This error is known as the Type 2 reverse, and it's incredibly rare. In recent years, an uncirculated specimen of the 1972 D Kennedy half-dollar with this Type 2 reverse stunned collectors and investors when it sold for a staggering $948,000 at auction. Why the high price? Rarity, historical significance, and condition. Coins graded MS 67 or higher, meaning mint state, are extremely scarce, and demand from elite collectors drives the value through the roof. Now here's the part you've been waiting for: how do you know if you have one of these life-changing coins? Flip the coin. Look at the reverse side, the eagle. Check for the earth detail under the eagle's talon. The rare Type 2 reverse has flat continents with no detailed lines. Look at the lettering. The rare reverse has sharper, thinner letters compared to the normal Denver variety. And finally, condition. Even if you have a rare reverse, its value multiplies if the coin is in near-perfect shape. That's where grading comes in. Before you rush to sell, your coin must be graded professionally. Services like PCGS or NGC will authenticate, grade, and encapsulate your coin, giving buyers confidence, and you, leverage. Coins graded MS 65 to MS 67 command premium prices. But even lower-grade examples can still be worth thousands. So, where do you sell a half-dollar worth nearly $1 million? Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers specialize in rare coins. They offer global visibility and attract high-net-worth buyers. You can also consider private dealers, but always verify their credentials. This isn't just about one coin. The 1972 D Kennedy half-dollar is part of a wider world of valuable U.S. coinage, old quarters, silver dollars, wheat pennies, all hiding in plain sight. If you're sitting on a collection, now is the time to act. Prices are rising, collectors are hungry, and your old change could fund a new lifestyle. Check your coins. Look again. That half-dollar from 1972 might not just be a memory, it could be your $1 million opportunity. Subscribe for more hidden coin secrets. Like the video if you want to live a wealthy life from your collection. And share this with someone who's got an old jar of coins collecting dust. We're revealing the shocking truth about one such coin, the elusive 1976 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar. A coin that recently stunned collectors with a market value of $948,000. This might be sitting in your drawer right now. Stay tuned, this isn't just a history lesson. This could be the key to unlocking the wealthy lifestyle you've dreamed of. 1976 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar, worth $948,000. Let's start at the beginning. In 1976, the United States Mint released a special edition of coins to commemorate the nation's bicentennial, 200 years of American independence. Among these were the Kennedy half-dollars, minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, an extremely rare version of this coin, without a mint mark, has captured the attention of high-end collectors. Normally, Philadelphia coins from this era had no mint mark, but here's the catch: most 1976 half dollars were not meant for circulation. They were special collector's issues, and were marked accordingly. So finding a 1976 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark in the circulation version, and in pristine condition, is almost like finding a needle in a haystack. Just how rare, only a handful have ever surfaced in top-tier condition, and even fewer have passed authentication as genuine. Now, let's talk money. Why is this coin valued at nearly $1 million? As mentioned, verified 1976 no-mint mark Kennedy half dollars are incredibly scarce. The most valuable version was graded MS 67, that's mint state 67, near flawless. A bicentennial year coin with a mysterious anomaly? That's a collector's dream. Combine those three, and you get a coin so valuable that it sold for $948,000 in a private auction. And guess what? If you've got one sitting at home, even in less than perfect condition, it could still be worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So how do you know if you have the jackpot coin? 1776. 1976 Kennedy half dollar. Flip it to the obverse, under Kennedy's neck. If there's no D or S, that's your first green flag. Coins with minimal wear, no scratches, and a strong strike are key. Some of these were struck in 40% silver. These versions tend to be worth more. Want a bonus tip? Use a magnifying glass and a coin scale. The fakes are often just a fraction off in weight or detail. Now, let's talk about current market value. As of 2025, collectors are paying premium prices for rare Kennedy half dollars, especially the 1976 no mint mark variety, the highest known sale? $948,000. But even MS 64 or MS 65 versions are fetching between $5,000 and $50,000, depending on the buyer and the auction. Online platforms like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and private numismatic dealers are always on the lookout for verified rare coins. This isn't just a collector's item, it's an appreciating asset. And in today's economic climate, rare coins are becoming a preferred wealth storage strategy among the affluent. If you believe you have one of these rare coins, here's what to do. Don't clean it, ever. Cleaning can actually reduce value. Get it appraised. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or grading service like PCGS or NGC. Authenticated, only verified coins with professional grading will fetch top dollar. Sell smart. Consider auctions, private collectors, or specialist coin brokers for maximum return. And if you're unsure, even an initial consultation with a grading service can turn your old drawer find into a six-figure payout. How many people spend decades working hard, saving every penny, never realizing they might already be holding wealth in their hands? That dusty coin jar, that inherited collection from a grandparent, it might contain your ticket to financial freedom. The 1976 no-mint mark Kennedy half dollar is just one of many ultra-valuable coins floating around in American homes today. So what's stopping you from finding out? Subscribe to our channel if you want to learn how to turn old coins into wealth, spot rare collectibles, and finally live the life you deserve, because wealth isn't just earned, sometimes it's found. Music swells. On-screen text. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you've ever found an old coin, or want help identifying one. We're unveiling the truth about a hidden gem in American coinage, the 1983 P mint mark Kennedy half dollar. A coin now commanding up to $948,000 in the rare coin market. 1983, a year of transformation in America. The Cold War loomed, gas prices fluctuated, and the U.S. Mint was quietly producing millions of Kennedy half dollars in Philadelphia, all bearing a modest P mint mark. Most were ordinary, but a few were extraordinary. Minted in copper nickel clad, these coins were never released in mint sets, which means most of the examples that survived did so through circulation, acquiring wear, scratches, and damage. Finding a pristine, uncirculated specimen today is like finding a needle in a haystack. Why this coin is worth $948,000, 2 to 4 o'clock. So how did a 50-cent coin soar to a $948,000 valuation? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and demand. The coin that sold for nearly $1 million was graded MS 68, mint state 68, an elite condition that only a handful of coins ever achieve. Why so rare? Most 1983 P half dollars were spent, handled, and worn. The U.S. Mint did not release uncirculated collector versions, making preserved high-grade examples incredibly hard to find. Collectors and investors are now paying top dollar for these rare finds, not just for their monetary value, but for their numismatic prestige. Owning a flawless 1983 P. Kennedy half is like owning a slice of American history frozen in perfection. What makes yours valuable? 4 to 6 o'clock. Here's how to tell if your 1983 P. Kennedy half-dollar might be worth a fortune. Check the mint mark. Look for the small p on the obverse, just above the date. Condition is everything. Scratches, dings, or discoloration drastically reduce value. Sharp details. Examine Kennedy's hairlines, the eagle's feathers. Every line should be crisp. A coin graded by PCGS or NGC in MS67 or higher can sell for tens, even hundreds, of thousands of dollars. Still unsure? Reputable coin dealers can offer free preliminary assessments, or at least point you in the right direction. Recent sales and current market, 6 to 7:30, in 2023, a certified MS68 1983 P. Kennedy half stunned the numismatic world by fetching $948,000 at a premier auction. Since then, demand has surged. Even coins in MS65 or MS66 conditions are commanding 4 to 5 figures. That's right. Even if your coin isn't flawless, it could still be worth thousands. This isn't just a collector's market anymore. It's a serious investment opportunity, one that could transform old pocket change into generational wealth. Brain segment 5. What should you do now? 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Wondering what to do next? Search your coin jars. Yes, seriously. Many of these valuable coins are hiding in plain sight. Separate the 1983 P half-dollars, and handle with care. Contact a grading service or a certified coin dealer. Don't rush to sell. A little patience and certification can multiply your return. Remember, knowledge is your biggest asset. Before you sell, learn the true value of what you hold. That shiny half-dollar could be your ticket to a luxurious lifestyle. From coin collector to wealth creator. 9 to 10 o'clock. A single coin funds your dream vacation. Or covers your child's college tuition. Or allows you to retire a decade earlier. It's not fantasy. It's happening now, to everyday people who take a closer look at their pocket change. If you've got a 1983 P. Kennedy half-dollar, or any old coin, don't toss it aside, get it graded. Get it valued. You just might discover that you've been holding $1 million secret all along. Could a single coin tucked away in your drawer be worth nearly $1 million? This isn't just a collector's fantasy, it's the true story of the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, a rare and highly sought-after coin that recently shocked the numismatic world with a valuation of $948,000. The year was 1972. America was changing. The Vietnam War was winding down, the Watergate scandal was just beginning, and amidst all this, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia quietly struck a series of Kennedy half-dollars, but a rare error slipped through the cracks, one without the hallmark mint mark. Typically, coins struck in Denver or San Francisco carry a tiny letter, D, or S, signifying their origin. Philadelphia, however, did not use a mint mark on certain coins during specific years, but here's the twist: 1972 Kennedy half-dollars were expected to show one. A 1972 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark is an error, an extremely rare one. To the untrained eye, it's just a 50-cent piece. But to serious collectors and savvy investors, this coin is numismatic gold. Recently, a pristine example of this 1972 no mint mark Kennedy half-dollar sold for $948,000 at auction. And it's not just the Kennedy half-dollar turning heads. Everyday Americans are discovering that old quarters and half-dollars sitting in sock drawers may be worth 6 or even 7 figures. Imagine trading a dusty coin jar for a luxury car, or even a new home. You don't have to be a millionaire to become one. If you have the right coin, you could be holding your ticket to early retirement, debt freedom, or even a life of travel and ease. The secret? Knowing what to look for, and when to sell. Rarity drives value. Fewer than a handful of 1972 no mint mark Kennedy halves have been authenticated in top condition. Combine that with high demand, historical significance, and the mystique of error coins, and you've got a millionaire maker. 1972. Then, look just below Kennedy's neck. Nod. No, S? You might be onto something, but don't stop there, condition matters. Coins graded MS-65 or higher command the highest prices. Use a magnifier. Look for signs of wear. And if in doubt, consult a certified coin appraiser. Right now, the top-graded 1972 no-mint mark half-dollar stands at $948,000 in the open market. Lesser-grade versions can still sell for $10,000 to $50,000. The market is hot, and prices are climbing. Get it authenticated by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, ensure it's professionally graded. This drastically increases its market value. List it with an elite auction house or consult a coin dealer you trust. Never clean or polish the coin, it can destroy its value. In a world of inflation and uncertainty, rare coins like the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar stand as silent assets, holding and even increasing in value over time, whether it's tucked in your attic, slipped in an old coin roll, or passed down from a grandparent. Your path to wealth might be right under your nose. We're diving into the 1992 Kennedy half-dollar, exploring why it's so valuable, how to identify the one that's worth a fortune, and how you could turn it into the beginning of your wealthy lifestyle. So grab a cup of coffee, relax, and stay with me to the end, because this might just be the most valuable 10 minutes you've ever spent. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, as a tribute to the beloved President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination. It became an icon, not just of American history, but of numismatic value. Fast forward to 1992, the Denver Mint struck millions of half-dollars that year, most of them common, but something happened with a very small number. The 1992 Kennedy half-dollar in 90% silver, meant only for special collector sets, was accidentally struck using a proof die and slipped into general circulation. That mistake created a unicorn. So how do you know if your coin is the one? Mint mark D below Kennedy's neck, showing it was struck in Denver. Mirror-like fields and frosted details, proof-like quality. 90% silver content, most 1992 coins were clad. But the valuable ones? They're silver. Use a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass, you'll notice fine, crisp detail and that unmistakable shimmer that distinguishes a proof strike. If your coin has all these features, you may just be holding one of the rarest Kennedy half-dollars in existence. So, why the jaw-dropping price? Simple. Rarity meets demand. Coin experts estimate that fewer than a handful of these coins were ever released, perhaps by accident, or as a rogue mint error. One of these exact coins, graded by PCGS as PR68, was last reported with a market value of $948,000. And with collectors constantly chasing the rarest examples, prices are only expected to rise. Now, if you think you might have one, here's what to do: don't clean it. Leave it exactly as is, get it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and evaluate your coin, auction it through reputable dealers like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Or list it privately through high-end numismatic brokers. Remember, your coin's condition and authenticity are everything when aiming for those six-figure offers. Here's the exciting part: the 1992 Kennedy isn't the only hidden gem. Many Americans are unknowingly sitting on valuable quarter dollars, dimes, and other half-dollars from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Some are worth thousands, even tens of thousands, thanks to mint errors, low mintage, or silver content. So if you've got old coins stashed away, now's the time to take a closer look. You could be a decision away from unlocking a much wealthier future. This isn't just about coins. It's about recognizing hidden value, seizing rare opportunities, and building the life you've always imagined, one discovery at a time. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights into rare coins and hidden wealth. Got a coin you want us to analyze? Drop a comment below, or visit our site for a free valuation. We're diving deep into why one of these coins recently fetched $948,000, and how you might already own a similar treasure without knowing it. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It quickly became more than currency, it became a symbol of national pride and remembrance. In 1971, for the first time, the U.S. Mint removed silver from circulating half dollars, producing them in copper-nickel clad. That same year, the Denver Mint struck over 302 million half dollars. On the surface, these coins appeared ordinary, but in the sea of millions, a mistake happened. 1 That would become one of the most valuable mint errors in American numismatic history. So what makes the 1971 D special? In a rare minting error, a few coins were accidentally struck on planchets intended for silver coins, rather than the copper-nickel composition of that year. This means the coin is technically a 1971 D silver planchet error, a spectacular anomaly. In pristine condition, one of these coins sold for $948,000 at auction. That's nearly $1 million for a 50-cent coin. Experts believe only a handful of these errors ever made it into circulation. Now the question is, how do you know if you have one? A typical clad coin weighs 11.34 grams. The error version weighs around 11.5 grams. Use a precision scale. Tap it gently with another coin. Silver coins produce a distinctive high-pitched ring. A regular 1971 D has a visible copper stripe on the edge. The silver error has a uniform edge. If you suspect you have one, don't clean it. Send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Just one of these steps could change your financial future. The 1971 D silver planchet error is among the rarest U.S. coin mistakes, and its value is skyrocketing. In 2023, one example graded MS67 by PCGS sold $4,948, $750. And that's just one sale. As collectors and investors chase fewer available coins, the price is expected to cross the $1 million mark soon. With the right eye and a little luck, your spare change could hold life-changing wealth. If you think you own a rare Kennedy half dollar, or any high-value coin, don't sell it at a pawn shop or online marketplace. Get it appraised by a certified numismatist, grade the coin professionally with PCGS or NGC, auction it through reputable platforms like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers. Consult a tax advisor to plan your financial windfall wisely. Selling a rare coin isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Some people win the lottery. Others make smart investments, and then there are those who unknowingly possess a piece of American history, hiding in an old shoebox. The 1971 D Kennedy half dollar isn't just a coin, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So check your collection. Ask your relatives. Open that old jar of change, because wealth doesn't always come in dollar signs. Sometimes, it's hiding in your pocket, as 50 cents. What if I told you that a coin sitting quietly in your old drawer, forgotten and dusty, could be worth nearly $1 million today? Not a fantasy. This is the story of the elusive 1974 no-mint Mark Kennedy half dollar, a coin so rare, collectors are willing to pay over $948,000 to own it. If you're holding on to old coins, this might just change your life. To understand why this coin is turning heads in the numismatic world, let's step back. The Kennedy half dollar was introduced in 1964, just months after President John F. Kennedy's tragic assassination. It was more than currency, it was tribute, legacy, and symbol of American resilience. By 1974, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver produced millions of these coins. But one tiny detail made all the difference: the absence of a mint mark. Most coins from Philadelphia didn't carry mint marks at the time, yet, the 1974 Kennedy half dollar was supposed to. So when a small number of 1974 coins without the S or D mint mark appeared, collectors were stunned. Could this be an error? A test strike? Or an unauthorized run? That mystery added fuel to its value. Coin experts agree, rarity alone doesn't make a coin valuable. But when rarity meets mystery, historical relevance, and pristine condition, that's the recipe for millions. Only a few confirmed examples of the 1974 no-mint Mark Kennedy half dollar exist in mint state. Their surfaces are flawless. Their details sharp. Some have been graded by top institutions like PCGS and NGC as MS67 or higher, an astronomical score in the coin world. In recent years, Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen bidding wars erupt over these rarities. One such coin fetched an eye-watering $948,000 in a private sale, and its value is only rising. Now here's the question on your mind: could you own one of these without even knowing it? Start by examining any 1974 Kennedy half-dollars in your collection. Look just above the date. If you see no mint mark, no D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, pause. You might be holding something extraordinary. But beware, counterfeits exist. That's why authentication is crucial. Reach out to a trusted grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, before selling or listing online. The coin market is thriving, especially among high-net-worth collectors and investment firms. As inflation rises and stock markets wobble, tangible assets like rare coins are gaining new appeal. The Kennedy half-dollar has become a cornerstone of premium portfolios. Some buyers view these coins not just as collectibles, but as long-term stores of value, appreciating faster than gold or real estate in some cases. In 2024 alone, Kennedy half-dollars saw a 22% rise in demand at coin conventions and online marketplaces like eBay and Heritage Auctions. So how do you sell one of these and get top dollar? Authenticate. Without certification from PCGS or NGC, most buyers won't take you seriously. List or auction smart. Avoid quick cash pawn shops. Instead, explore auction houses or elite online marketplaces. Know your value. Get a pre-auction appraisal and talk to multiple experts. Don't settle for less than what your coin is worth. In the vaults of American history, few things glimmer with as much quiet power as a rare coin. Among them, one stands out. The 1997 D Mint Mark Kennedy half-dollar. At first glance, it may seem ordinary. But to the trained eye, and in the right condition, it could be worth nearly $1 million. And in one case, it already is. If you're someone who's held on to old coins, or maybe inherited a collection from a relative, you might be sitting on a hidden fortune. And this coin might just be the key. First minted in 1964 to honor the late President John F. Kennedy, the Kennedy half-dollar quickly became a symbol of American pride. But by 1997, most people had stopped using half-dollars in everyday life. Which means, far fewer were circulated. That makes uncirculated and high-grade specimens extremely rare. In 1997, the Denver Mint struck millions of half-dollars. But only a handful survived in pristine, flawless condition. And one of those rare gems recently shocked the numismatic world. In a record-breaking private sale, one 1997 D Kennedy half-dollar, certified by PCGS as a Mint State 70, MS-70, fetched an eye-popping $948,000. That's nearly $1 million for a coin many overlook as pocket change. Why? Because of its flawless condition, razor-sharp strike, and the impeccable timing of the sale in a bullish rare coin market. It's a collector's dream, and a seller's jackpot. When it comes to coin value, it's not just about age. It's about condition, rarity, and demand. The 1997 D Kennedy half-dollar isn't scarce by mintage, but it's extremely scarce in perfect condition. To be worth serious money, your coin needs to be graded by an official body like PCGS or NGC, and it must hit that coveted MS-70, meaning it's in perfect mint state, no visible flaws even under magnification. Now, you may be wondering, do I have a 1997 D worth millions? Here's what to look for, located below Kennedy's neck. Coin should shine like it was struck yesterday, not even under 5x magnification. Strong details, Kennedy's hair, the eagle's feathers, should all be crisp. If you think your coin is special, send it to be professionally graded. It could turn a forgotten drawer find into a life-changing windfall. The rare coin market is booming. As traditional investments grow uncertain, collectors and investors alike are flocking to tangible assets. Coins like the 1997 D. Kennedy half-dollar are fetching record prices. And if you own one, now may be the perfect time to cash in. How to sell and maximize your profit, 8:15 to 9:30, get your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, consult with a trusted numismatic dealer or auction house, compare offers and auction opportunities, never rush. Document and insure your coin during transit. With the right guidance, your coin can become more than a collector's item. It can be your retirement plan. Final thoughts plus call to action, 9:30 to 10 o'clock, your journey to a wealthier lifestyle may not start in a bank, but in a drawer, a jar, or an old coin album. Check your change. Revisit your collection. Because one Kennedy half-dollar could change everything. We're diving into the stunning story of the 1977 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar, a coin so rare, its value has stunned experts and collectors alike. If you're 30 or older, chances are you've come across a Kennedy half-dollar. But not all of them are created equal. In fact, one specific version, the 1977 with no mint mark, is so scarce that only a few known examples exist in pristine condition, and yes, one just sold for an astounding $948,000. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, just months after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It became an instant collector's item, both for its symbolism and silver content. By 1971, the U.S. Mint had transitioned from silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition. The 1977 Kennedy half-dollar was struck in massive numbers, over 43 million coins produced, but here's where it gets fascinating: most were minted in Denver or Philadelphia. And coins from Philadelphia traditionally lacked a mint mark. However, there's a twist: there's a specific 1977 half-dollar without a mint mark that shouldn't exist, or rather, shouldn't have made it into circulation in its specific error-free, high-grade form. This is what makes it exceptionally rare and ultra-valuable. So, what separates the valuable 1977 no-mint mark coin from the millions of others? Condition. We're talking MS-67 or higher, that's mint state, flawless, no scratches, no wear. These are typically coins that were never circulated, die variety. Some of these coins exhibit striking anomalies, such as off-center strikes, doubling on the lettering, or unique luster patterns, which can dramatically boost their desirability. Rarity. Fewer than a handful of certified, high-grade examples exist. That combination of scarcity and demand? That's what pushes prices towards six-figure territory. Let's talk numbers. In a major auction recently, a pristine 1977 no-mint mark Kennedy half-dollar graded MS-67 was sold for a staggering $948,000. Collectors fought over it, not just because of its condition, but because it's a near-perfect specimen of a coin most assumed was mundane. This sale shocked even seasoned numismatists. And the message was clear: rare coins are no longer just for collectors, they're for investors. Now you're probably wondering, could I have one of these in my own possession? White heavy check mark. Look for Kennedy half-dollars dated 1977. Is there a mint mark? If there's no D or S, you might have a Philadelphia issue, but that's just the start. White heavy check mark. Examine the condition. No scratches. Sharp features. Clear lettering. This might be worth grading. Doubling, misalignment, die cracks, these all increase value, and most importantly, get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. If you do have one, or suspect you might, don't rush to sell it just anywhere. Many local shops won't recognize the true value. You need to target major coin auctions like Heritage or Stack's Bowers. Private collectors who specialize in Kennedy halves. Online marketplaces, only with third-party authentication. And if you're sitting on other old coins, especially quarters, silver dollars, or error coins, it's time to get them assessed. Some of these are worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions. Imagine turning that old coffee can of coins in your garage into a down payment on your dream home, or finally starting that business you've dreamed of, or funding a retirement where you don't have to budget. Coins like this aren't just history, they're opportunity, and for many, they're a pathway to a wealthier, freer lifestyle. This is just the beginning. If you want to discover more hidden value coins, learn how to sell for maximum profit, and live a life of freedom and abundance, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the Wealth Vault, and download our free guide on the top 10 coins worth over $100,000, link in the description. Your change might just change your life.